We've got a new moon in Capricorn offering us some important choices in direction. Let's take a look. All right, everyone, so let's get into it. We've got a new moon going down at 20 degrees Capricorn in 44 minutes. This is happening on January 11th, 2024. So this is our first official lunation of the calendar year. I hope you all had a moment to tune into my Mars and Capricorn video, because a lot of the things that I was describing about purpose and drive, focus and ambition, those are going to become really important in this lunation. So we know that the lunation, this new moon, is going to set the tone for the next 2 weeks. So this energy of Mars and Capricorn is very much influential for us in the next couple of weeks. This might be a good time if you had like a New Year's resolution that required a lot of determination. Like a lot of people want to get back in the gym, take better care of themselves. This would be an excellent new moon to do this on. This new moon is ruled by Saturn in Pisces. And what I find the most important about this, or the most striking rather, is that Saturn is at the exact midpoint of a trine between Mars and Capricorn, exalted Mars and Capricorn, and Jupiter in Taurus. So we've got this trine between Mars and Jupiter, which is giving us a mega boost of energy, enthusiasm, encouragement. Jupiter's here to say, you've got this. You've done it before. You can do it. You know you've got what it takes. So Jupiter is our cheerleader, cheering us on, which I love. We also have Saturn here at the midpoint. So again, let's go back to what Capricorn represents. We talked a lot about this in our Capricorn season overview. But Capricorn energy is all about consolidation. Consolidation of force, focus, ambition, drive. What is your goal? What is your end game? Because anything that doesn't add up and contribute to that is a distraction. You're spreading yourself thin. Obviously, that's not the case in the context of everything, but that is the energy of the season right now. It's time to get focused. Let's chisel that point and get to writing, whatever it may be. So we're trying to eliminate distractions. We're trying to eliminate non-essentials right now. We got to focus at the task at hand. So Saturn in Pisces here. What has Saturn in Pisces been about for you? I think that's a really important thing when talking about these lunations is how they show up for us in our chart. Every month that we have a new moon happening somewhere in our personal chart that's saying this is a new seed of intention. This is a period of renewal relative to the different points in our natal charts. So think about your Saturn and Pisces story so far. Think about where your Pisces house is in your chart. Saturn entered Pisces in March of 2023. And I think this is a ripe focal point to check in with what this transit has been about now that it's been about 10 months since its ingress. And we've seen Saturn station retrograde at 7 degrees Pisces. We've now seen Saturn station direct at 0 degrees Pisces. We have a good sense of what this planet is trying to teach us. Saturn is a teacher, and it usually teaches through trial of fire, basically. It's usually not an easy lesson. There's some hard truths that we have to face, difficulties that we have to surmount, challenges we must rise to. Think about what this planet has been showing you in your Pisces house. And then look at your Capricorn house. Where is the seed of intention taking place in that Capricorn house in your chart? But overall, this doesn't look like a difficult new moon, unless you're someone who doesn't like putting in the effort. I don't know. I feel like if you're here, you're watching an astrology channel, you're probably someone who's interested in self reflection and trying to be the best version of yourself that you can. I don't know. Maybe that's not everyone. But yeah, I feel like this is a very supportive new moon of purpose, intention, focusing on the most important tasks at hand, funneling all of our energy into that one thing, trying to eliminate distractions. And it feels like there's a ton of encouragement and support here. The other major component of this new moon is that we have a lunation squaring the lunar nodes at 20 degrees Aries and Libra. This is an important choice. So when Saturn asks us to decide what's the most important thing, we may have to make a specific choice. You know, am I going to focus on that or am I going to focus on that? Capricorn is a sign that knows what it's like to pull oneself out from the depths, to pull oneself out from being like either humiliated or mistreated or neglected, like chances missed, you know, overlooked, and to prove oneself and to continuously invest energy into bettering oneself, improving oneself, and proving to everyone that you've had it in you all along. So are we going to focus on what's behind us or are we going to focus on what's ahead of us? And that seems to be one of the main influences around these choices. So notice where the choices are. And a lot of times there's a choice of familiarity and stasis and a choice that takes us out of our comfort zone and into something greater than ourselves. Yeah. And it should be pretty clear because we're talking about the nodes. The North Node is desirous. We know exactly what it is that we want. The question often is with the North Node is that thing good for me? How is that serving me? The South Node is good for purifying some of those intentions, knowing that the intention that we hold and the way that we're sort of fixating on that isn't always the best thing for us and the people around us. Okay, Libra. The other thing I would bring up is we've got Eris stationing on the node. So Eris is going to be stationing direct here on the North Node. And we've got some degrees between them, fortunately. But, you know, Eris is the reason for war. Eris was conjunct the South Node eclipse that we had in Libra in the middle of October. And it was that eclipse degree that was sensitive and corresponded with the attacks from Hamas on Israel on October 7th. So, yeah, I'm looking at Eris because Eris, the mythology of Eris is she started the Trojan War. So she's got a reputation here, and this was a textbook example of that. So I'm curious to see what develops there. Fortunately, this is a new moon that does look constructive, that does look like we can move forward, okay? So I'm hopeful for that, but I know that on a personal level, this is going to serve us. So I hope that you are able to take this new moon energy and channel what's available to you in a way that serves you in the highest. For right now, that is your new moon in Capricorn astrology shot of the day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye. Thanks so much for tuning in with me today. For more astrology in your world, you can connect with me on all platforms at Astro Catherine. You can also study astrology with me. The Foundations of Astrology course is an 11-week mentorship. It begins on January 25th. You can visit my website for more details, where you can also book your year ahead astrology reading with me, where we'll get into your personal natal chart, transits, progressions, profections, and the solar return. I look forward to connecting with you. Till next time. Bye.